Hi and welcome to Mike's Corner, and this is the grand final of the AliExpress Streaming Challenge. So we've unboxed multiple things on this streaming challenge, but there's two things we're going to have a look at today, and then we're going to do the grand reveal of all the items that we've done in the other videos to see what it would look like once you've got it all spread out and set up for your streaming challenge setup. So what are we looking at today? We're looking at a desk mat, because you're going to need a desk mat, but we're also looking at the xingzhaotong, as well as multiple other manufacturers, one-handed gaming keyboard. Let's get unboxing.
Let's get right onto this. Will it be a win or be a miss? It's the AliExpress Streaming Challenge. What items will we unbox today? It's the AliExpress Streaming Challenge. Wonderful things might be coming your way. Let's get right onto this. Will it be a win or be a miss? It's the AliExpress Streaming Challenge. What items will we unbox today? It's the AliExpress Streaming Challenge. The boxes will be crushed, but wonderful things may be coming your way.
So here we have the xingzhaotong one-handed gaming keyboard. But let's have a look what's underneath this. This is my AliExpress purchase of my gaming desk pad. Look at that. It's actually pretty spot on quality, so pretty nice. But let's have a look what we've got here, shall we? Let me bring you in closer. So here we have the one-handed gaming keyboard. Now, as I said, this comes under multiple manufacturers. I've quickly did a Google image search on this actual keyboard, and there are multiple. There are multiple manufacturers, but who I bought it from was xingzhaotong. But as I said, there are literally multiple, and I'll probably throw the names just about here, just so you can actually see the names that this is manufactured by, or claims to be manufactured by. But let's pop this open and see what we've got, shall we? The package is pretty much just a jiffy bag, plastic jiffy bag with padding. So let's grab this open. Let's see what we've got on the inside. Oh, it's nice to actually see the little AliExpress sticker down there, which is pretty cool. And it says hot sale, USB one-handed gaming keyboard, gaming mechanical. It's not mechanical. Let me just put that down there. It's mechanical feel. So what have we got here? Let's pop it out. So here we have the one-handed gaming keyboard. Let's have a little look around, shall we? Looks like it's got some RGB lighting around here. Looks like the keycaps are also RGB as well. There's some more lighting around here by the look of it. Looking underneath, it's fairly sturdy. I mean, it's fairly sturdy. The one thing I have noticed is there's no height adjustable feet, which could be a problem later. It's a single-handed keyboard, USB 5 volt, rated current 100 mAh, made in China. So, oh, what was that? It made a noise just then when I was squeezing it, but is that going to be a problem? I don't think so. So how does the keyboard feel? It feels like a cheap keyboard, in all honesty. For the price, I don't think you're going to get a mechanical keyboard for a one-handed keyboard. Yeah, it looks fine. The wrist strap, how does that feel underhand? I've got quite large hands, so as you can see, it might be a bit inadequate for me to use the actual wrist support, so it might be okay. It does feel like it's too short. For the size of my hands, I kind of probably would have wanted the wrist strap to come out lower and have the keyboard up a little bit higher, but that's just me. Let's plug it in and see how it looks like with the RGB. Before we do, I just want to have a look at the actual RGB cable. It is thicker than that keyboard we looked at, the first keyboard we looked at. This is a thicker cable than that. And it's even got a little support there so you can use it for pulling out as well. So I wouldn't recommend using these for pulling your USB sockets out. I would recommend just using your fingers on the actual socket. But it's got one nonetheless. So here we have the device plugged in, and okay, it's got lights, not RGB. It's not RGB at all. It's fixed color lights, and these do light up around the edges and around the sides as well. So there is some lights on those as well. We switch off all the lights to see how it actually lights up the keyboard. So here we have all the lights off, and as you can see, the light is coming through the keycaps, which is a good thing. In the last keyboard we looked at, the light wasn't even powerful enough to do that correctly. But it's pretty good, really, for the light coming through. I'm not impressed with the lighting. It's very boring, but it's a cheap one-handed keyboard that you can have at the side and use away while you've got your primary keyboard here, or while you've got your mouse there. So you've got less room being taken up on your desk, and you can game away on your keyboard or using your mouse right next to it. So if anyone remembers last year's AliExpress Streaming Challenge, we actually looked at this one-handed keyboard. So having them side by side, instantly you can see a size difference. The actual wrist pad is a lot bigger on this one for bigger hands than it is on this year's AliExpress Streaming Challenge contester. And the light layout, even though it is fixed lights, it's not RGB, it's just different color LEDs in there. It looks better than this one. It's just looks like there's single LEDs for each key, where on this one it looks like there is an LED for each location, and it spreads the light out. But yes, there's more keys on this one as well, and for the feel. And this one feels so much better because of the larger wrist rests and my large hands than it does on this one. But that's going to be subjective to the size of your hands. But yeah, I thought I'd get out last year's entry for the AliExpress Streaming Challenge and put it side by side to this year's entry. And I've got to say, last year's one has it for me. So there we have the desk mat and the one-handed keyboard for this AliExpress Streaming Challenge Grand Final. So, how much did these cost me? Now, the desk mat was £7.48. You know, pretty good. It seems good enough quality, and it's quite large. Now, the one-handed keyboard cost me £8.89. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It does the job. Big hands, not so much. Small hands, I think it'll be fine. So, as this is the grand final of the AliExpress Streaming Challenge, let's put it all together. Montage!
Coming to the house with a sparkling new box, lay it on the table to be unboxed. The time is now, let's get this unboxed. Will it be something good or old socks? Here we go.
So you now join me on the AliExpress streaming setup. We've got the microphone set up, got the webcam on with a improved focus fix, keyboard, mini keyboard or half keyboard, and the mouse and the lovely mouse mat all set up. So what do I think of this setup? I think it actually looks pretty good. I was impressed anyway when we disabled the noise cancellation on the microphone. The keyboard, great piece of kit. The mouse was actually pretty good for the price. Pretty much can't fault it. The only really thing that niggles me a little bit was this one, just because it wasn't better than last year's one. But it's still functional. So let's get into a game and see how it actually fares. So here I am in one of the Serious Sam games, and I'm using everything I have actually purchased from AliExpress. We've got the camera set up, we've got the microphone set up. I'm using a half keyboard at the moment. And I'm using the mouse that we also have as well. So let's just see how it actually responds as a setup. So let's do I jump on here? Yep. How am I going to... Let's run across here. This is actually the first time I have ever played this game, so let's have a quick look around and see how this actually responds as a gaming setup for streaming. What's that there? Hey. So what I've also done is I've cropped down the image of the video cam slightly to put it in the bottom of the screen, and you can actually activate in OBS a background removal, and I'll show you what that does if I activate that. So this is using a plugin to disable the background in OBS. Not the greatest, not built into the camera to do this function. It's actually a plugin. So you're going to get what you're going to get, but I prefer having the background there so it's a more clearer picture. So in all honesty, the half keyboard is responding pretty well, and I'm not really having any issues with controlling. So how's the mouse performing? The mouse is actually performing pretty well. It's not having the same issues as we had with last year's mouse, where you would lift it up and even lift it up quite away from the actual desk. It would still track, so you'd find yourself going one way and then you lift the mouse up and it would actually track that lift. So this mouse does not suffer from the same problems as last year's mouse. But so far the half keyboard is pretty good, and the mouse is pretty good, and the microphone really good. So I'm going to swap over to the mechanical keyboard now to see how that fares. So I'm now on the mechanical keyboard for my action keys, and it seems fine. I did like the actual movement. Oh, the mechanical keyboard, and it's pretty good. I like the sound of it. I like the keys on it. For the cost, it was actually really good, and that was our replacement keyboard instead of the one we actually got from AliExpress, because the one we got from AliExpress was a bit of a letdown, and that has been sent back. So that was originally listed as a mechanical keyboard, but the picture on the listing was different to the keyboard they sent me. So AliExpress had actually accepted the return on that keyboard. So you have to be really careful on AliExpress. You will find that there'll be a listing for a certain thing. You go to buy it and it will default to a different item. Now I normally check for this, but this one got me, and I was able to send it back to AliExpress, no problems whatsoever. So don't shy away from buying from AliExpress just in case that kind of thing happens, because if you've got your proof that what you were buying for was a different description, they will side with you, and you'll be able to contact AliExpress directly and they will give you your refund after they send you a free returns postage label. But the Amazon keyboard that I'm using at the moment, absolutely fine. Works perfectly as it should. So what do I think of this as a streaming setup? I think it's actually pretty good. For the cost of everything, I think it's running fine. If you've noticed, the actual camera has got a lot brighter now. And what I did on that, I actually just switched off the background lights in my room, and you can see that that's helped with the actual brightness that the camera can actually pick up, so it's made a big difference there. But everything's running fine. The keyboard's great, the microphone's great, the mouse is pretty good, and everything's pretty much performing as you would want it. And I'm dead. Everything's pretty much performing as you would want it on a streaming setup on the cheap. Let's get back to the actual old equipment and let's bring up the prices of what we spent. So that was the AliExpress Streaming Challenge for this year, and actually really good setup. Now, how much would this setup cost you? So let's go over the prices. The camera was £15 and 58p. Probably the most expensive thing in this challenge. The next thing we look at is the microphone. This was £12 and 89p. Now I think this was the gem of this challenge. Once the noise cancellation was switched off, a double press of the button, by the way, it was a great microphone. It sounded really good, can't fault it. Really good value for money. Next up is the keyboard. This keyboard was £14.56. Pretty good value and a nice weight to it. Really like the weight. The mouse, another kind of star of the show. I'm spoiled with the mouse that I use, but for the price, this mouse was £3.54. That's pretty damn good. Now, let's not forget the last thing that we've got here is, well, there's actually two last things. There's the one-handed keyboard that we looked at today, and that was £8.69. It's okay. It actually worked fine. I can't fault it. It did exactly what it needed to do. Maybe not the bestest, but it actually worked. And last but no means least, because it's currently sat here on my desk, was the desk mat. And the desk mat was £7.48. So that brings us to the grand total of £62.75. Pretty cheap. Below 70 quid. That's a winner in my book. And the best of the best AliExpress streaming setup challenge to date. Now, this is only the second one we've ever done, but beat the first one, hands down. So that brings me to the end of this season of the AliExpress streaming challenge. And if you enjoyed it, think about whacking a comment in, whacking a like, whacking a subscribe. Helps me out as a channel. I can't say that enough. It really does. Costs you nothing, helps me out, and helps YouTube get my videos out there. As you've probably seen, the new algorithms in YouTube videos makes it really difficult for startup YouTube channels to get anywhere. If you're a long-going YouTube channel with a big user base, you've also been hit as well, but nowhere near as much as the lower channels have. And at the end of the day, if your video's not getting out there, why make videos? Because you want to share your content, right? Get it out there, make people aware that what you're looking at and what's good, what's not. But as always, thanks for watching, and I shall catch you on the next video.